All right. Indiana versus Oregon. Number 7 versus number 3. Dante Moore versus Fernando Mendoza. We're going to be talking about it. All right. Who are we thinking? I'm thinking Indiana is not about to just walk up into Autzen Stadium and just let the Ducks blow them out. That is not what is going to be happening. Fernando Mendoza has over 1,200 yards on the year, 16 touchdowns, 82.81 QBR. You guys really think he's just going to walk in there and just lose? He's just going to walk in and just lose? No, 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 no. Indiana is going to come out firing on all cylinders. If you watch the game versus Ohio State last year, which was their last, big game, I mean, you could say that when they played Notre Dame in the football playoff that was bigger, but I compare it just from the time in the year that they're playing them, okay? Um, that Ohio State game last year that Indiana played was pretty close for the majority of it. And there was a couple plays that it was just like the ball didn't bounce their way necessarily. Um, they don't just have Omar Cooper Jr., their one receiver. They've got multiple receivers that are absolutely balling out for them right now. It's hard for me to believe that Oregon is just gonna blow them out. That's not what's going to happen. Let's look. Let's look here. They've got Elijah Surratt, who's got 412 yards on the year, averaging 13 yards a catch. Omar Cooper, obviously, we already mentioned, and EJ Williams. Now, if you're telling me that Oregon has a defense that's going to handle all of them, just going to handle all of them and lock all of them down, okay. Okay, come on now, bro. That's no. That's not happening. Oregon is not about to just completely just lock them down. Their running back, he's averaging 5.4 yards a carry. Roman Hemby. You can't just look him over either. I think this Oregon defense has not played an offense this high powered. Period. I don't think they have. And yeah, I know Dante Moore is a problem. Dante Moore throws the ball really well. He's calm, cool, collected. Um, there's not a lot that really bothers the guy, doesn't seem like. Um, Dan Lanning does show up, but when he plays an offense this high powered, for example, Washington with Penix, um, things happen. Um, Ball bounces different ways, and he loses those games. He lost against Washington, not once, but twice in the same season. I don't know if you guys remember Penix on the right hash, game on the line. He throws a cover 2 hole shot across the field. Game over. At Autzen. That was the last time they lost at Autzen. So I think College Game Day is going to be there. It's going to be a very big game, no matter how you spin it. I think Fernando Mendoza is going to show up. I think Dante Moore is going to show up as well. I think that Oregon is going to score 25 points. I'll give them 25 points. But let's look at their last big game, okay, against Penn State. They played well. They played great, right? The offense wasn't all the way there though. And not until the end of the second half, I felt like. Went to overtime. Obviously, they get the dub, but let's, oh man, do I think that Penn State defense is that good? Not what they put on film against UCLA. No. Now, what they put up against Oregon was completely different than UCLA because if you're trying to tell me that UCLA's offense is better than Oregon's, I'm telling you no. That's not the case. But, man, Nico Iamaleava just absolutely ran all over them. And do I think Fernando Mendoza has better legs than Drew Aller? Yes, I do. I do think he's going to run all over them, 100%. If you're asking me who's going to win this game, I think Indiana is going to put up points. Period. I think they They put up about 35, 33 points. And I do think they win the game at Autzen. As hard as Autzen is to play in as a stadium, right? It's very loud. Been there. Been in that stadium. I just think this is another big game against a quality offense that Dan Lanning's defense is not ready for. That their secondary is not ready for all three of these receivers that are averaging 13, 18, 11 yards a catch. What? And you're telling me that Oregon's defense is just going to lock up all of them. And you're telling me Oregon's defense is feeling good after beating Penn State, who their defense was obviously fraud. Okay? Let's be honest here. I mean, a guy that didn't even know how to work the headset on UCLA, calling the plays, put up 42 points against them. All right? Let's line up the dots here. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Dante Moore, I'm excited to watch him versus Fernando Mendoza. But, man, this team just has way more offensive weapons than Penn State, and they have way more offensive weapons than what Oregon is ready for. I think Indiana wins this game, scoring at least 35+. And Indiana's pass rush, I think, is going to affect Dante Moore. They are a top 25 pass rush, and so let's just connect the dots, folks. Final pick, Indiana, 35. Oregon, 28. 28. We'll give them 28. But yeah, make sure to follow, like, subscribe, and we're going to be pushing out more. Thank you, folks. See you on Saturday at Autzen.